So it seems like the Mario movie is making some huge waves, guys. The critics don't like it, audiences love it, the future is bright for Nintendo's cinematic universe, and overall, things are getting really exciting. So I think leading up to the Super Mario movie, we really thought that this movie was gonna be amazing. I mean, all the trailers looked fantastic. The world illumination built in the Super Mario world for the movie was fantastic as well, and it really paid a lot of respect to the video games. Not just one video game or two video games, but Super Mario Galaxy. In the Mario trailer, we also saw hints of blowing into cartridges like we used to do with the Nintendo 64. We also saw the power upgrades, and overall the world of this cinematic universe looked really fantastic and reminded us all of the games that we loved, whether that be Super Mario Galaxy or Paper Mario or even Mario Odyssey. This movie was built for fans, and that shows in the box office. This is what Deadline says about the box office for the Super Mario movie. And keep in mind that this is the Saturday update. We're gonna get to the Friday update very soon. Illumination Universal's Super Mario Bros. Movie is still coursing for a $195.3 million 5-day domestic opening, which, as we told you, is the second best after 2009's Transformers Revenge of the Fallen's Wednesday-Saturday haul of $200 million. This is after a $55 million Friday and still a projected $137 million 3-day box office. However, the bigger deal is that the movie is headed for a $368 million global start, making the Nintendo production the biggest animated opening of all time, ahead of Frozen 2's $358 million, which is kind of insane because Frozen 2 was a huge deal. But anyways, back to the quote. Nancy has all the particulars, as this is a must-see movie, is minting $173 million overseas. Worldwide, it's also the biggest opening for a movie based on a video game after Warcraft's $210 million. Stateside for a video game, Super Mario Bros. Squashes Sonic the Hedgehog's 2's 3-day of a $72.1 million. So that is the latest update. Now on Friday, it also had an update as well, and it did $27.6 million on Thursday. The worldwide total just for that day was $127.7 million. That is a lot, and this is very big for Nintendo's movies. And not only that, but just 22 hours ago, The Hollywood Handle tweeted this out, which is kind of amazing. The movie is set to be the third highest domestic opening weekend ever for an animated movie, staying only behind The Lion King 2019 and The Incredibles. So they're even beating out Disney. Now, why is this big for the Mario and just future Nintendo games coming to the big screen? Well, this means that it's proven that these movies can make money, and you know, Nintendo's a company, so they have to make more money, and of course they're gonna make more movies. Now, not everyone is loving the Mario movie. There are certain people who don't like the Mario movie, and that is the critics, not the audience. The audience score is doing fantastic right now on Rotten Tomatoes. So check this out. This is actually kind of interesting. The critic score is 56. It's rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score is 96, which is very interesting. And I think a lot of the criticisms from this movie that I've been seeing on Twitter, even near the release of this movie, is kind of dumb in my opinion. So like this review right here that's rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, so much of the action in Super Mario Bros. Movie is predicted on the gameplay itself, which certainly makes sense in theory, but is rendered with all the subtlety of a barrel-throwing gorilla, consistency be damned. And it's almost like this guy is saying, oh, it reminds me of the video games, so that's a bad thing. But that's exactly what the audience wants. They want to feel like they're watching a Super Mario game, but in a movie form. That's exactly what we wanted, and that's exactly what we got, and that's why it's doing so amazing. Or like this review right here, Mario's animated movie debut is too safe and passive, more content with referencing its source material than playing with it. This one I completely disagree with. They definitely do play with the source material and play around with the ideas of different things. No spoilers, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's really great and really fantastic and really builds out the world and the universe of the Mushroom Kingdom and Mario's world. And keep in mind that this is the first movie. They're going to be building out with sequels and different spin-offs and so on, so that will build on this kind of formula. It's almost as if a lot of people who review this game either go into two camps. Either they have some valid criticisms like this one right here, which says that the story or their lack of leaves one wanting a power-up. Which, yeah, I can say that. I think the story was lacking, but you don't really go to a Mario game or even a Mario movie, I would say, to experience a fully in-depth story like you would in some other kind of movie. So I think those misgivings can be forgiven if the movie is overall enjoyable. Now again, I think that's still a negative for the movie, but still, the movie was enjoyable. But yeah, I think a lot of these critics are either just wrong, or they completely missed the point of the movie, or they just are completely wrong. I know I said it twice, but I just think they're completely wrong, in my opinion anyways. Now, because this movie is doing so well, honestly, I think it can get either really close to 1 billion at the box office or even past 1 billion. Now, interestingly enough, ever since the Mario movie came out, another Mario movie actually saw an increase in sales, which is very interesting. And this is the 1993 Mario movie, so this is what IGN has to say. The Super Mario Bros. Movie from 1993 is currently sitting at the top of Amazon's best sellers in movie and TV. Notably, the cult classic is ranked above the Blu-ray pre-order for 2023's Super Mario Bros. Movie. So, oddly enough, it's outpacing the new Mario movie, which is really weird. Now, my thoughts on the 1993 Mario movie, I think it's a fantastic movie. I know it's bad, but it's like so bad, it's good. It's like one of those movies where it's a guilty pleasure to watch, and I just love how strange and weird it is, and even some of the stuff that they do with the characters, like the Goombas, is kind of horrifying, but kind of adorable at the same time. But I do find it kind of hilarious that this movie is getting a bump in sales because of the new Super Mario movie, and people always say that this movie was just a mistake. It was horrible, it's bad, and yet people are buying it up. It's pretty interesting. Now, if this movie continues to go on to do even better, I'm talking about the new Super Mario Bros. Movie, not the 1993 one, what can we expect from Nintendo going forward with these movies? And should Illumination handle all of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, or should Nintendo go out to other places, like maybe some kind of anime studio like, I don't know, Studio Trigger, to do a Zelda or Metroid or a more serious Nintendo IP? Well, I think they should. I definitely think they shouldn't stick to one studio. I know the Mario movie is pretty good, but I think letting other studios give their ideas on these IPs could create some fantastic movies and TV shows. I mean, imagine if Studio Trigger did a Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess series. That would be fantastic. And speaking of other studios, I think it would be fantastic if we got even multiple Zeldas and different Marios and so on. I mean, imagine what a Paper Mario movie would be like. I don't know how that would even work, but that would be fantastic as well. There was a Kirby anime back on Kids WB in the 90s, so I mean, a Kirby movie is 100% possible as well. Now, I do think when it comes to Kirby movies specifically, I think you'd have to center a lot of characters around Kirby, because Kirby just doesn't talk unless they're gonna have him talk, which I don't know how that would go. I know they did the same thing with Pikachu in the Pokemon movie, so maybe it could work in some ways, but I don't know, I have a hard time. I don't know, it'd be kind of horrifying if Kirby talked. Maybe sticking to animation Kirby would be better. But we can get a Donkey Kong movie, especially a Donkey Kong movie. I definitely think they're probably gonna do some spin-off from the Mario movie, and it makes me wonder if they will do a Donkey Kong movie placed in that universe. It seems like in the Mario movie there is some setup for that there, so it's gonna be really exciting to see like what kind of spin-offs they do, if they're gonna do spin-offs. I mean, imagine a Mario Kart movie. That could work as well. And they can have it be like the Speed Racer type of movie, but with Mario Kart. Maybe the world's in danger and the only way to save it is to go through some kind of race or something. Something like that. Something wacky. I think there are just so many possibilities for this now. Now that the Mario movie is doing fantastic, there are so many movies and so many TV shows and so many animations that I want to see Nintendo do. I want to see Zelda, I want to see Kirby, I want to see Donkey Kong. I mean, heck, try to do something with Xbox and make a Conker's Bad Fur Day animation. Why not? You know, a Star Fox series would be pretty interesting, though I think that's better done in a series because I feel like he has a larger cast, and I think doing a series traveling to different planets and having a story surrounding different things with Star Fox would be a lot better than just one movie. But yeah, this is fantastic news. The Mario movie is doing good. Even the 1993 Mario movie is seeing some good sales. I mean, overall, it's been fantastic. The only thing that's kind of a wrench in Nintendo's plans is the critic reviews, but again, the audience should budget score is just so much better than the critics score that it doesn't really matter, and people are buying tickets for this movie, and it's making a lot of money, and it's doing fantastic. It's doing what it needs to do to start this Nintendo Cinematic Universe, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Nintendo is definitely going to be doing more movies, more TV shows, and just more things when it comes to animation, which makes a lot of sense, right? Because Nintendo said that they wanted to expand their brand into other areas, and they're currently doing it. We have the Super Mario World, we have the animation for this, and they have the gaming, so they're expanding into other areas. And it's really exciting as a Nintendo fan. But yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below on the Mario movie. No spoilers yet. I will do a spoiler review as well for this movie, by the way. So if you do want a spoiler review, I will put it up on the channel. I won't put any spoilers in the thumbnail. I promise I won't do anything. I'll make sure I'll say, hey, this is a spoiler review, just in case people click it and, you know, they don't actually read the title. But overall, very exciting stuff, guys. Make sure you guys tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.